So I'm Michael Kozlowski here with GoodEreader.com. We're at Book Expo America 2012. We're here with Jim Hilton, Vice President of eBooks at Barnes & Noble. How's it going?
It's great. Thanks for having me.
All right. So one thing that we've heard a lot about, and there's a lot of success, is your Nook Simple Touch with Glowlight.
Yes.
Undoubtedly, it's probably one of the most popular devices you've ever released to date. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. The Simple Touch with Glow has been wildly successful, and it's built on the Simple Touch, which we launched a year ago. It was the first touch e-reader in the market, and actually up until the Glow was the #1 e-reader, as most people have known. And so really what we looked at with Glow is how does, or what is it that we need to solve for readers to make the product even better. And a huge piece of this is when you think about reading, and reading a paperback-like e-ink product is you don't always read in bright light. And so you have people who read at night, they read in bed, you have people who travel, they read in airplanes, and up until now with an e-ink device, you've had to buy an expensive light that doesn't always work, it creates glare on the screen, it does all sorts of things. What Nook Simple Touch with Glowlight does is eliminates all of that and gives you this beautiful, elegant experience where in a simple touch of a button, you get this very soft light that illuminates the screen in a very elegant way that allows you to read both at night and during the day. We're excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like a read anywhere type of device, and for myself, I travel a lot, and when the cabin lights are off in a plane, it's very hard to read, and we've done a lot of nighttime reading tests with third-party accessories, aftermarket devices, and really on any other e-reader, the Simple Touch with Glowlight really illuminates the entire screen. So how has the demand and reception been? To me, it's been very ravenous.
So you always want a product to be successful, and Glow is a very successful product, both online, in-store. The reviews of it have been terrific. The customer feedback, most importantly, has been incredibly positive. So, you always work to build innovative products that appeal to a really big part of the market, and this clearly has done it.
Right. So let's talk about some of the other devices you have on the market. It all started with the original Nook, then it went to the Nook Color Simple Touch, and then now the Nook Tablet, both 16 and 8 gigs. With the Nook Color and your line of Nook tablets, it's really accelerated a lot of content that previously was not on the e-ink models. You have Nook Kids, Nook Studies, and a lot of interactive content. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how that's really changed your digital ecosystem?
Sure. Customers, if you think about book content, it isn't always just kind of paper content that is suitable for an e-ink device. And so we actually pioneered kids' interactive picture books. We've made significant investments in experiences related to that. So today, you can, with kids' picture books, you can read and record on Nook Tablet. You can play a lot of interactive game-like activity within a book, which is great to keep kids interested in the process of reading, right? So it isn't just about reading the book, but it's actually about interacting with the book itself, which we're really excited about. The other thing that we've brought forward as we launch Nook Tablet is what we call Page Perfect. So one of the advances that color brings to the digital book category is what I call the coffee table book, or the cookbook, or the travel book, where it's highly visual content that really you generally used to need or want the physical book product. But now with Nook Tablet and Nook Color, you can experience all of that great rich content. So actually, one of my favorite books is The Back in the Day Bakery. It was a book that Workman publishes that I've been really excited about. And when it came to market, we had the exclusive because we had this Page Perfect technology, which was really important, and it brings the beauty of this cookbook to life, the characters, the food, and that's true in all of the things that we've been doing related to using the tablet and Nook Color to its advantage.
So if there's one thing that's pretty evidently clear, you're probably one of the main companies that focuses on reading content. A lot of other companies focus on a lot of other priorities, where you guys are more about, e-textbooks, children's books, cook's books, and more or less using your type of touchscreen technology and full color and taking it to the next level. We attended a Disney conference, and they were really hyping the fact that they had a great relationship with you guys and releasing a lot of Android things exclusively with you. How important is Disney on your type of ecosystem?
Well, I think Disney, along with any other partner that really is about taking advantage of digital capabilities to bring content experiences to life, that's incredibly important to us. So if you think about what you can do on a Nook tablet, which is view video content, experience apps, really have a rich interactive experience, let's say in the kids category with kids magazines, right? And then you bring the book product together, what you're really doing is saying our job is to get the full ecosystem of content to the customer in the most innovative and meaningful way. And then you couple that with our leading technology innovation. As an example, we have in the 7-inch space the most advanced display in the market. And the reason we made extra investments in the display, which you would question why a book company would do that, is because we understand that the quality and the clarity of the video and of the app and of the reading content is so critical that it brings to life that content experience better than anybody else.
So one of the things that I'm wondering is graphic novels and comics, and that's something that's very new, or newish to the Nook ecosystem in general, and it really shines on the Nook tablet, especially with being able to display so many colors. How has the addition of very prominent comic book companies being integrated in Nook? How do you feel about all that?
I'm a huge believer in comics. It's a great market. Most importantly, it's how do you get the device to be true to what a comic book or a graphic novel reader loves, which is that rich color, the artistry that tells the story. And so we've invested both on the technology side to make that possible, but also just from a publishing standpoint, we have the largest collection of digital graphic novels and comics on any catalog. And so it's a huge part of what we do, and we're going to be doing a lot more over the summer and through the coming months.
Okay, so seeing as though we're on a subject of books and your catalog, one of the advantages that you guys has is the synergy between the Nook ecosystem and the physical stores. What can you tell us about some of your initiatives, about more in store and the success of that, and basically what you're able to accomplish that no one else is able to with your digital ecosystem and your tangible ecosystem?
So I think that you think about this we think about this in two ways. One, how does the store become a place where people can experience the Nook device and the Nook experience in a meaningful way? So there's nothing better than someone who's exploring a digital reader and they come in and they think about it and they've been talking about it, but they can actually go talk to a bookseller and they can touch the product and they can experience it in the store. But probably more importantly, they have a real person that can actually not only walk them through the product, but can do it in a way that's true to the book and true to great content. So I think that that's one piece that we've really focused on. So we've done a lot related to the Nook boutiques and just kind of the training of Nook sellers and having dedicated people who really focus on letting customers explore the device. Then the second thing is, if you have a Nook, what's the benefit of it when you're in the store? And that's been really important to us. So there are two cornerstones to that activity. The first is what we call Read in Store, which is the innovation that we have, which allows you to come into a Barnes & Noble with your Nook and actually be able to read any book that's available in the Nook library for up to an hour, any one of those books every day. And so that is really kind of extending the notion of the browsing behavior that people do in the store already, and making sure that they can do it on their Nook device. The second thing that we have is our More in Store program, which is when you have your device, there are extra benefits when you come into the store. So we actually publish unique content that's only available when you are a Nook customer when you come into the store. We have all sorts of integrated offers between the let's say the cafe or the different parts of the store related to it. And then obviously the third part related to kind of that More in Store experience is that we actually make it really easy in the store for you to buy digital content. So you can literally take physical books up to the counter and you can say, you know what, I want these books because I still like to browse the bookstore, but I actually want them for my Nook, and we'll ring them up right there, and we make it easy for you to put it into your Nook reader.
And many people who buy digital books, they all say that in order to find books that they want, they still have to go to that bookstore, because they've always gone to bookstores and people are very visual. Sometimes they'll buy books based on cover, and sometimes that doesn't really come across on the digital shopping experience. I know when I want to buy books, I'll go to the store first and be like, I think I want that book, I think I want that book, and that's something that you guys are able to do, where I can go to the store, pick and choose the books I want, and then make the decision. Do I want these books in digital? Do I want them in tangible format? Or maybe a mixture of both?
I love it when they want them in both. But I think that one of the things that is a critical part of our innovation is around making the shopping experience, both on the web and on the device, much more like the discovery that you have in the store. So we've released an experience called Instant Collections that really brings together books from a variety of different subjects and categories around topics of interest, like military history or international intrigue, that really allow us to help a reader discover content on their device or on the web in a way that feels much more natural, like it is in the store. And then obviously we're really excited when they come into the store and want to browse the content, and so we want to make sure it's easy for them to pick the format in which they want to read the content.
Talking about the in-store type of content purchases, Nook has been so successful that you guys have been doing a trial of expanding the entire Nook boutique booths and selling more cases, covers. You guys have a lot of, when you released the Nook Simple Touch with Glow, you actually had some exclusive cases that you actually sold with that, and now stores are starting to expand the way that the Nooks are being sold along with like other content. How do you feel about the Nooks used to be a little area and slowly expanding and taking up more real estate?
Nook has been incredibly successful for Barnes & Noble. And so the idea that we want to ensure that we create even richer experiences with Nook in our store is just a natural evolution of our customers wanting the Nook ecosystem and the Nook experience. So we're really proud of that growth. We think it's a cornerstone of how our company is transforming itself. And on top of it, our customers want it. And that's really the biggest part of our job, is to, as customers want more digital content and they want great digital devices, our job is to make sure that they can get that while still giving them a great experience in the store.
All right, so turning things around a bit, one of the things that have made the most news lately was Microsoft putting in a significant investment into your company. It really shows that they have a lot of faith in what you're doing, and they believe in your digital business model. What can you tell us about that deal and what it actually does for Barnes & Noble?
I think the most important part of this is that when you partner such a great technology company with us, who believe so much in getting great digital content to readers everywhere, it seems like a natural partnership. We're really excited about what this prospect does for getting all of this great content in the hands of people on the Windows 8 experience, which we're really excited about. We think it's fantastic. And so the Microsoft relationship is something that we think is going to be very successful for a long time and is going to help us get great content into the hands of readers.
Yeah, one of the things that Microsoft and Windows has done very well is it ships to almost every major country in the world, and there's like, I would say almost hundreds of millions of people currently use it. So that's a lot of new customers that are potentially going to be introduced to Barnes & Noble for the first time. One of the things that I'm very interested in is your evolution of your digital strategy, because you were pretty well born and raised into being a traditional bookseller, and you guys were one of the first companies to move sort of into that digital frontier. How exactly, when a traditional bookseller moves into the digital space and starts doing eBooks, that's a pretty large transition. What can you tell us about the overall evolution from when you started to where you're at now?
Barnes & Noble has actually always innovated our business model. I mean, if you think about the introduction of the Barnes & Noble that lives there today, or you think about the introduction of Nook or our early experiments in digital reading, I think we actually, as a culture and a company, have a history of innovation. And it's what's made us continually evolve and be successful through those evolutions. I think the transition to embracing Nook and really becoming a leader in the digital content and digital device space is really an outgrowth of that innovation. And then I think the second part is that the talent of our people and our commitment to bringing great experiences to customers is really at the cornerstone of why Nook is successful. We've always listened to our customers, used the bookstore and our booksellers to understand where their needs are, and so as digital became a more important part for them, it was a natural evolution for us to do it. So what's been exciting is that our booksellers have embraced Nook, our stores have really embraced what Nook is, our technology leaders are innovative both in the technology space, but no one has lost sight of and always continues to be mindful of the fact that our job is to get great content into the hands of readers everywhere, and the fact that we have a great device and a great set of clients and a fantastic web experience enables us to do that.
One of the things that I was actually pleasantly surprised about, and it falls really in line with your ebooks and your digital strategy, is bookstores themselves never really had commercials until the Nook came along, and now you actually have Nook commercials. How has the response been to, your commercial campaign? Because really, I don't think I've ever really seen a small mom and pop store, even a national chain, have television commercials advertise their product. How do you think commercials really kind of influence kind of the overall digital growth?
We're really excited about the advertising that we put into market. It communicates a message about what Nook is all about, whether it's what's on your Nook, which is running right now, which really does show that the power of the Nook experience is that it's about you and it's personal to you. It isn't just a device, it's more than that. It is a rich experience that enables the food lover to be able to cook. It enables the travel lover to be able to find new destinations to go. It enables the romance reader to be able to read as much as they want without having to tell everybody. It becomes very personal. Or you think about the Glowlight commercial, which really, it just shows you how great the product is. Mm-hmm. And so the important part about advertising is it's about helping people understand the message that we're trying to convey with our device and with the Nook experience, and we're really pleased with how they've been performing.
The last question I want to ask you is about the lending strategy. You famously have pioneered the Lend Me program, and that's been very successful. And you were one of the first companies to adopt digital lending from libraries. What can you tell us about digital lending in general and your philosophies behind that, and maybe what's in store for us going forward?
So I would say two things. One, our core mission is to get great content into the hands of people who want it, whether it's magazines, newspapers, books, video content, or apps, whatever it may be. That's the number one objective. Second, we've always been a big supporter of the role that public libraries play and the role that individuals sharing books play related to how just people can access all of that content. So I think that everything that we've done always and will continue to do always comes from those places. So our advent of the Lend Me program, where it allows individual users for a period of time to be able to lend books to other people, which is that natural human activity, mm-hmm. which is I have a book I love, I want to share it with my best friend. We want to continue to invent upon that and make sure that that is a critical part of the book experience. I think that we'll continue to evolve how we support libraries in this process. As we've talked about earlier, this is an early stage digital reading and devices, and so I think that there's a lot of experimentation left related to how the library and digital content plays a role, and I think everything that we do in the future is going to be related to getting that great content in the hands of readers.
And I think if any company is poised to make it work, it's you guys, because one of the things that you have is a retail chain that's been around for a long time, that's not going anywhere, and a very evolving digital aspect of your business. And I'm very interested, in the next few years with, the development of new technologies, how that plays a role in being able to even close the gap between the retail sphere, tangible, and the intangible sphere, which is digital. So it'll be very interesting times, in the next few years as hardware comes down in price and what that'll actually mean for the end consumer. Because let's face it, the cost of investing in your products fairly low. Nook Simple Touch with Glowlight, perfect price point. The Nook tablet or the Nook Color that you still have available, pretty well any device that you have meets the price point. How important is it for your device's hardware to be just so accessible to someone in any type of budget?
Our goal is to provide a range of products that, again, allow the content that people want to experience shine. And that means that you have to have a variety of prices and a variety of features within those devices. But in the end, everything will always be rooted in delivering great content experiences. And so that's what drives our product development. It's what drives our product innovation. And that's ultimately what's going to continue to let us be successful over the course of time.
Okay, awesome. So we're at Book Expo America, and we just chatted with the head of Nook eBooks. Everybody take care.